Hey guys, it's Tim and this is the Wrestling Wrap Up, a handful of stories brought to you in one easy to watch video. So we all know that Kane is running to become mayor of Knox County. Well, Kane actually did an interview recently and he talked about how if he becomes mayor, that's not going to rule out him ever wrestling again. He actually stated that it would actually be pretty cool if not only could he wrestle as the mayor, but that he can also get a WWE major show in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then he can go out there as the Knox County mayor in front of his people. So hey, maybe he can get something to go down. It's been a very long time since we have had a pay-per-view event in Knoxville, so maybe as the mayor, he can work out some deal with the WWE and get a pay-per-view in Knoxville maybe in 2019. So in WWE, sometimes wrestlers get to keep their names and sometimes they have to change their names. Sometimes when it comes to picking your new name, the wrestler gets to suggest some names, or they get a list from creative and they pick one of those names. Well, Rusev recently actually talked about this and he said where the Rusev name comes from. I had a friend named Vasyl Rusev in my rowing classes. I've always liked the name. When I first started in WWE, I had the opportunity to choose a name and I chose Rusev. If you guys don't remember, his name in NXT and when he first came to the main roster was Alexander Rusev, and eventually Vince went on a kick of, we're taking guys' first names away, yet it was Cesaro, and he did it with Rusev. So earlier this week, Shane Helms or Gregory Helms or Hurricane Helms, whatever name he's going by now, tweeted this image. It seemingly makes us believe that he's going to Ring of Honor, and that is the case. Ring of Honor did announce today that they will be going on a tour of Texas, 3 dates, and the Hurricane or Shane Helms is going to be on those shows.
Did you know that PWU has a Patreon? No? Well, now you do. You can get things like exclusive videos and merchandise, vote on polls for upcoming videos, and so much more. To find the full list of things that you can get by being a patron, head over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited today.
So as you saw last week on Impact Wrestling, Austin Aries once again is the Impact World Champion. At the time, he was also the Impact Grand Champion, and in a conference call earlier this week, they did announce that the Grand Championship and the World Championship have been merged, and the Grand Championship, it's basically gone. Austin Aries will now only be the Impact Wrestling World Champion, and they will just continue on with the World, X Division, Knockouts, and Tag Team titles. So on July 1st, WWE, and the SmackDown brand in particular, is running a show, a live event in Tokyo, Japan. As of right now, the scheduled main event for this show is actually a fatal 4-way match, where we will see AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe. These are the top 4 guys on SmackDown Live, and I just hope they don't end up making it a fatal 5-way and unfortunately adding in Big Cass. Now, I don't want to jinx anything for all you guys out there in Tokyo, so hopefully you can get this pretty baller sounding main event. So as we learned yesterday, CM Punk and Colt Cabana, they didn't have to pay anything to Dr. Amon. Dr. Amon, who was asking for over $4 million in damages due to things said about him on a 2014 Art of Wrestling podcast, lost. The jury sided with CM Punk and Colt Cabana actually talked to Fightful after this about winning the case. He said the following.
Yeah, I mean, I was confident throughout this whole thing, but it's just, you know, my lawyer told me very early, like, you just never know, you know, a jury could be feeling this way one day or whatever, so you just never know. So, but at the end of the day, the jury came to the right decision, the decision that we all kind of felt was obvious, but again, I feel great. It's just all finally, hopefully, all done. I can get this out of my life. I can move forward and just, you know, I don't have a lot of negativity in my life, and this was bringing some unwanted stress, so I'm just glad that that's kind of removed now, hopefully.
So I gotta say, congratulations does go out to CM Punk and Colt Cabana. If you do want to see the entire interview Fightful did with Colt Cabana, head over to Fightful.com or the Fightful YouTube channel. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Wrestling Wrap Up. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on all of the stories we cover here today. And as always, remember to like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.